You smell what the flock is cooking. Flock up or flock off. Not you. You stick around because it's about to go down. You now flocking with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse here on a Maniac Monday with the Eagle Maniac. You know how I like to do around this time, about the time, at the time. I'm going to give you a prescription of what we edition on this edition. What we getting into today, I mean, you know, being that we're in, I usually call this the boast days, the boast season rather, of the off season, the boast season, whatever you want to call it, right? And you know, we get out here because there's not too much going on and we just gonna big up our team. But you know what? This year we're gonna switch it up a little bit with 4 weeks until training camp starts. This being 4 Mondays until training camp starts. This being one of them. I figure over the next few weeks we'll go over the teams in our division that I see as dumpster fires. You know, like I feel like sometimes I wake up and I feel good. You know what, like the current state of the NFC East, the beasts of the East, the NFC beasts and all that. You know, we are the beasts of the East. We already know that. But I'm saying sometimes as a contingent, you know, we are the top of the NFL. But you know what? I mean, just some days I wake up and I'm just like, flock them, man. Like, flock them. I hate them. I can't stand the rest of the teams in this division. These are our rivals. You know what I mean? So, in that vein, I'm going to tell you the reasons why I think the rest of the division is a dumpster fire. And this week, we're going to start with the team that I feel most people think is like our closest competitor in the division that can knock us off. It all depends on what fan base you come from because everyone thinks their team is that team that can bring us down. And that's in their dreams. You know what I'm saying? But as far as it goes right now, as it stands today, we are going to go at, or not go at, you know, we're going to speak on, we're going at them. We're going to speak on the Commanders. And a few reasons why I don't think they will make the playoffs. And the reason why they could end up at the bottom of this division, like, because it could never be us. I look at the world through eagle color glass. I don't know if you know, there's no reason, there's no reality, there's no universe. Let me chill, because then the crazy gets in. And then I start thinking, what if I was the reason? Anyway. I can't see that happening. So today we're going to get into reasons why I believe the Washington Commanders won't make it to the playoffs. So we got that going on. And we're going to get into a little bit of a few other things, you know, outside the nest. I mean, speaking of outside the nest, it looked like somebody was inside the nest. I don't know about y'all, man. A few things seem a bit off in here. I don't know. I can't quite pinpoint it. But we're going to figure this out. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to get that off my nest, get that off my chest. And what else we got? Like I said, a few other things outside the league. Before we get into any of that, let's keep the Maniac thing the Maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly Eagles fly, drop a comment in that box if you're flying with the flock. Even if you're not, do remember, join that Maniac thing. Note again, you hit that bell, you get a ding whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. And while that's the Maniac thing, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good tides, good vibes. Fly Eagle fly skies. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there, because we about to go there. Oh yeah, going at these bum manders, man. So I believe I have like 3 reasons off top, man. The first one, just before I started looking into anything, just something I've been thinking all off season. You know, as much as things change, they remain the same for the bum manders. Did we throw an interception? What happened? We just had the ball. What happened on that drive? 27. I'm watching the Super Bowl again, and I'm acting like I've never seen this before. What the hell? When we were up 27-0, and we had the ball in their territory, I just seen the completion to Saquon. Yeah, if you're new to this, not true to this, yeah, I'm a bit crazy. And we come here for therapy. So Saquon, it's 24-0, and then we had to go settle for a field goal. All right. We back on track. So yeah, we got that. Like I said, as much as things change, they remain the same for the bum manders. You know, remember, I don't know if you recall, man, I'm a bit of an old head, you know what I'm saying? You see the crazy, you know what I'm saying? We don't play on this side, you feel me? Let that thing ride, we real over here, you feel me? Now, let me chill. I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s, around that time, the bum manders were known for just acquiring names, dude. Like, I remember at one point they had Bruce Smith, was that his name? Way past his prime. A bunch of other guys. I remember they got Hainsworth. They gave him a bunch of money, and just guy after 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 guy. Dude, it was like they were just going after names, and it was like it was constant. It was nonstop. Just no matter how good the guy was, and then when there was a little bit of bad luck in between there. Now that I'm thinking about it clearly, I don't want to get into that. It's rough things, a few rough things that the team went through, but I'm trying to hate them. So let me stay in this space. So. You know, they would just sign guy after guy after guy, and it seems like they're doing that again, man. I mean, Bobby Wagner, let's not get it twisted, top line, one of the best linebackers of all time, right? All time might be a bit of a stretch, but he's great during this time. He's done a lot of great things in his career. One of the greatest. Yeah, why? We could say that, right? So, but he seems to be getting on the back end of his career. Then they go and snatch up Deebo Samuel this offseason, Larry Tunsil, who is a name who can contribute. This is a bit scary for me if I was a GM looking at Why they have a young quarterback too? Why are they getting rid of this guy? Top dog in the league. I don't know. It's just it perplexes me. But much like with them when they gave us Jahan Dotson last year, I can understand where people be like, sometimes it's just not in the workings. It's just not in the mix. It's just not in your buildup. It's not in your makeup. It's not in where you're trying to go right now with a certain player. So I can understand that to a certain extent. But the Debo Samuel of it all, I mean, I know some may laugh. Dynami, whatever his name was, Diami Brown, who I thought was the reason why they felt they were able to get rid of Jahan Dotson and give him to us so easily was because of the rapport that Jaden Daniels had with Diami Brown. So then to take that guy, just get him up out here, and then you're moving things around over there for that kid, a young up and coming quarterback. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Debo, I mean, when's the last time you really seen him available like that? I hate to bring up the I word as it pertains to players because I would never want that to be someone to, back in the days when people used to say that about Carson Wentz all the time. Like, oh, really? What you going to do with him? He's always like, really, dog? This is what you wishing on somebody? Is you that low of a fan? You need to go that route? And today I would say, yes, I know. No. I don't ever want to lean that way and say that is what is going to happen. But then we did see him in the OTAs. He looked a bit husky. You heard Brandon Graham this weekend at who was it? Devontae Smith's charity baseball game. Talking that talk. Like you do. Can't wait. I mean, I hope they still let Brandon Graham walk up to flip the coin before the game, man. I like honorary captain every game. You feel me? I'm gonna check for that. You feel me? He's part of the organization forever. I don't give a flock what no one says. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I see them perhaps taking a step back. And not the biggest reason, not by a long shot, but that is one of the reasons I see just as much as things change, they remain the same. They overcame a lot last season, not to mention, I mean, every game, this would be like a honorary mention. What do they call it? Honorable mention? To get on this top 3 list. The fact that they came so close in so many games to losing, now you're playing a harder schedule, what leads me into my second reason. The schedule. Your schedule is just simply a harder schedule this season. You had a fourth place schedule. I get excited when it comes to hating on the bum mans. I don't know what it is. Is it just me? I don't know. Let me know, Eagles fans. If you hate the bum man, just give me a thumbs up down in the bottom. Give me a thumbs up on this video. Do what you like when you like, however you like, man. This is just therapy for me. Thank y'all for anyone tuning in at any time. Thank you so much. But that being said, you've got them coming into this season with the second place schedule, no longer a fourth place schedule, which they had trouble with last season, albeit they did make it to the NFC Championship where they got smacked up, yacked up by the Philadelphia Flocking Eagles, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 2024 Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles, February 5th, 2025, never forget, right? So regardless of what, I just don't think they'll be able to overcome that adversity this season. I feel like there's a playbook out on these guys. People know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it. Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he has gotten over the hump in his career, Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know. But it just seems like after a while, the NFL figures this guy out. Last year, he made it the longest that he's ever made it, playing the way he plays, coaching the way he coaches. Usually it's right around this week 7, week 8. Teams seem to figure this guy out. They're like, yeah, what he's doing isn't quite like, what? This is stupid. We get it. Boom, you up out of here. However, last season, they made it all the way to, like I said, once again, the NFC Championship game where they got smacked up, yacked up by the Philadelphia Flocking Eagles, 55-22. Was it 55-23? Double nickels on these. You stupid? Like, that's crazy. We put up Brandon Grahams on the fan. Like, what are you doing? Oh, man, it's just a beautiful thing. So that being said, them having to face a harder schedule this season, I see another reason for the regression, another reason why they quite possibly, I can't see them making the playoffs. Not the way they performed last season, not making the moves they made this postseason. Much as things change, they remain the same. They're playing a harder schedule, not to mention the sophomore jinx. The sophomore jinx for Jaden Daniels, I do see on the horizon. Like I said, there's a book out on this guy. I do also believe that he lost his quarterbacks coach, so that could finagle the bagel, switch a few things up, albeit we're going through the same thing, but we have experience through going through this thing. I mean, this will be Jalen Hurts' third quarterback coach since he's been here, so he does this. This is basically all I'm saying. So we'll be good on that side. As far as then, this will be his first time going through that in the NFL. And I believe that would be 3 in the last 3 years for him, something that he would have to contend. I'm not knocking the dude's work ethic. I'm just saying, You know, we've seen it before. You saw CJ Stroud come out gangbusters. Everyone's like, oh, this dude's the next one up. People still have him ahead of Jalen Hurts on their list, whatever. We don't give enough about these lists. Another this, another list. You know, who cares, whatever they say. I'm just glad I have the best quarterback for my team. But that's a whole other story. We'll get into that in the days to come once we get into training camp and all that. Again, I can't wait. It's right around the corner. You kidding me? We're talking like 23, 24 days. Woo! I can't wait. But that being said, that's reason two. I don't even know what number I'm on right now. We've got the toughest schedule. We got the regression. I think I'm on 3 right now. And as much as things change, they remain the same. And we're gonna double back on that one. As much as things change, as much as things change, they remain the same. I mean, these dudes, according to I don't know which site I got this from. However, what is it? The Washington Commanders have the oldest average starters in the NFL at 27.13 years old, albeit I know that's still a young age. Listen to me talk, right? But that's nearly 277 days older than the next highest team being the Steelers. And the Steelers just got a bit older today. I don't know if y'all saw what happened over there. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of that later. But Darius Slade paired up with Jalen Ramsey. That's crazy, but they had to get rid of Minka Fitzpatrick to do it. That's nuts. So Steelers over the other team in the state of Pennsylvania is over there making moves, doing some things. I don't know if it's strange for some change or it's change and it's gonna be strange. I don't know, but that's just wild to see. It's gonna be a dogfight over there as far as those teams going. That AFC North, I believe it is too. Wild, but them being this old, like I said, once again, this doubles back to going and snatching up a Debo Samuel. And I understand sometimes it's no, what I mean. I've always been a proponent of a team having uh, a balanced nucleus, if you will, where you got some vets, you got some young up and comers, then you got them dudes in their prime, and boom, let's go, let's shine. We could do this thing every time when you put when these things align. At least that's how I see it. It reminds me of the 2017 team where we had vets like Chris. What's my boys? I was just watching him. He was just on with Pablo Torre. How can I do? What are we doing over here? Big Chris in the building. You had that going on. Who else we had over there? We had Brandon Graham. He was one of the guys that you would say was in his prime. Then the young up and comers in the Carson Wentz's and the Nelson Aguilars. You know, so there was just a great, for lack of a better term, synergy that we had that year. So it could work for teams on that accord. But I just see this team, and it reminds me a lot of these old bum-minded teams where they're getting older and older and older. Tell them, Maniac Jr.
They old as hell?
They old as hell.
We can't have that.
We can't have that. Leave Go it. Birds. 24/7, 360 fly. You know what time it is?
And we fly.
We young and we fly. Tell them. It works every time. So, yeah, and these are the reasons why I see that the bum manders will not make it back. Oh, look at my boy Avante Maddox. I get sidetracked so easily. But, yeah, just one of the many reasons I don't see the bum manders making it to the playoffs this season. Yeah, what else we got? Stugats? Yeah, they're talking injury concerns over here. Yo, AI is crazy, man. I mean, I gotta find a way to implement this more into the show, man. There's no shame in my game, dog. I just typed in what I was thinking about, and they basically saying the things that I say. Dude, I was so ready to rock this today, man. Where was it at? AJ Brown, you already know what it is. Dude, he said he wants to be here forever. Take that back. Take that. Hang that up. Hang that up where it should be. Hang that up. Keep that fresh, young and fly. I love it. Yeah, Maniac Jr. pulling out the AJ Brown Super Bowl jersey, dude. Like, I mean, a sidetrack so fast. I know I'm off the rails, but dude, did you hear what he said the other day? As far as wanting to be here forever, building a legacy, this is his legacy. He could have went other places for more money, and people got the nerve to talk about that, man. Yo, Maniac Jr. picked out the right jersey. I mean, what you can't go wrong with whatever jersey you picked out of those 22 starters. I mean, sheesh, you could have been online all 50, you feel me? All 54. I don't care. Regardless of what. Great jersey choice by Maniac Jr. For sure. And picking up, following, trying to ridiculousness. I love it. So yeah, man. So we got the coaching changes that they were speaking on. Injury concerns. I don't really want to tap too much into that because I just feel like I mean, it's the NFL, 100% injury rate, you know. So I don't tell anyway. All teams could go through that. I don't feel like it's a any team that has an injury to a top player is going to affect what they can do that season. And I don't know, it's low hanging fruit. It is what it is. It is what it is. Period. Point blank. The NFC East competition getting crazy. So yeah, that's another thing. Another honorable mention on the back end of this schedule. I believe they have three division games in the last 4 weeks. Some craziness. NFC's competition. They had a strong record, but maintaining that level of success will be crucial. Yeah. Some analysts suggest this is another thing I touched on. Some analysts suggest that their 2024 success was partly due to some lucky bounces, and their luck might not hold in 2025. So there's that. Where's this? They also have a stretch of 4 straight division games to close out the season. That could be super wild. They could. I mean, I doubt it because I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna hit their rough patch right off the bat. The same with those things were bouncing their way last season. They could easily bounce the other way this season. I mean, they're rolling the dice. It seemed like they still have Riverboat Ron over there. Dude, it was. It's kind of crazy. It was kind of commendable. I'm not gonna lie for them. You know what they did, but I mean, I just got to come back and let them know they'd hit a chance beneath my wings. Like, get the flock up out of here. Those 4, that's going to be tough, ending the season that way. And if they do come around and they are competitive up until that point, that could be the thing that puts the kibosh on their whole damn season. At least as far as I see it, man. And that's a word for the birds. Coming straight from you heard your boy, the Eagle Maniac. And that's how I feel. That's how I'm seeing it. Then we got a few other things outside the nest. Like I said, once again, I was watching Pablo Torre. Why can't I remember my dude's name? Chris, what the fuck? What this happens once a week, man. I can't stand it. Pablo Torre. I remember the show. He's got the Green Light podcast. Pablo Torre, Chris. There we go. Green Light. Yeah, they got the show. Not gonna say his name. What the flock? Chris Long, man. What the flock is we doing? Oh, the dagger. Oh, the dagger. I just missed it. I told you I get sidetracked. This is what we need this therapy for, y'all. This is what we need this therapy for. I wanted to have on that Buffalo versus the Eagles versus Bills game from 2023 up here, but I want to watch that. Chill out for a second and check that one out before I throw it on while I'm watching what I'm watching while I'm flocking up. You heard me? That boy, that's a bad man. That's a Jersey Mega Maniac guy. He's over here rocking he got the Smitty Super Bowl jersey, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it's such a beautiful thing. You heard Cooper DeJean saying last week, like he has to watch his pick six every time it comes on. Like, look at Brown, look at the love, the camaraderie, man. I flock and love it. So we got that. So Chris Long, Pablo Torre talking about this collusion thing, man. I mean, for anyone that had doubts before, man, you could put this all to rest now. I believe this is oddly enough, I'm not gonna lie. Around 2017, I believe that was the whole time the Colin Kaepernick thing was going on with the league, and and he got blackballed out of the league, plain and simple. I don't believe anyone really has doubts as far as that goes. Like, I mean, some people did have doubts. What am I talking about? People legit believe that Colin Kaepernick couldn't play football anymore because of whatever San Francisco's record was with Chip Kelly the previous season. Not looking at his numbers, the dude was still out there balling, and then he's out the league. People are like, yo, come on, really? You think the league's really going to come together like that to collude against somebody like this? I was like, I don't know, man. This seems foul. Against, I don't know if I'm someone, a person of color, if you will. I'm black, I'm bliggity, black, y'all. You know what I mean? So felt like the league going against someone of my color because of their skin color, because of what they were standing for. It felt super odd. I was on the verge, allegedly. I'll tell him, you know what I'm saying? I'm flying. I don't know. But I was about to, like no more football. Fuck out of here. I can't watch this stuff, man. This is just ridiculous. What are they on? And then the Eagles were amazing that season. And my integrity and beliefs and morals went right out the window. Not ashamed to say it. Go Birds. I waited 40 years for that. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, bro. But anyway, regardless of what, stuck with the league. And then, this thing happens with your boy Deshaun Watson. And I know they went a completely other way with it. As far as salaries, Deshaun Watson got the guarantee. I believe Kirk Cousins got a guarantee too, and I don't know why that's not being brought up in the story. Regardless of what, so there are those things to contend with, and I believe it was Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray up for contract extensions, free agents, whatever the case may be. So, they colluded to not get these guys guaranteed money because they never wanted to get guys guaranteed money again because of Deshaun Watson getting that guaranteed money. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, well, that's deep and that's heavy and that's all kinds of things to deal with that. But my mind went straight to what I was thinking at the time. We're going into conspiracy corner. I hate to do this. It's really not my style. It's really not my bag, baby. But I mean, things in the back of my head. The birds are chirping, right? I'm seeing just these allegations, and I don't want to get into the mud as far as that goes, if those are true or false, whatever the case may be. Just the rate at which they came, with the speed at which they came, it felt to me it came way too fast after they gave him that cash. All of these things coming out about him and that money, and it just seems to be intertwined to me, as if you ask me. That is just what I'm saying inside the mind of the Maniac, and I just wanted to put that out there and leave that there, and you do what you will with that. Don't want to get too deep with it. Just some things outside the nets that just came across my eagle vision. You feel me, over the last few days. And not to mention, just put that to us out for a second. But one of the craziest things, like I touched on earlier, Jalen Ramsey going to, that was not on my crystal ball. And I don't know why, because I mean, it's the most Pittsburgh thing to do right now, especially when you're seeing what Baltimore's doing right there. And that just gives me the belief that it's going to be crazy over there, like, for that AFC North. And I thought, I was, like, I'm seeing some of the things that the Browns were doing. Like they're going all out trying to get a quarterback no matter what. Like one of these guys has to succeed, which if you know the Browns is not necessarily the case. That thing could be a dumpster fire immediately. I mean, they just added about 4 or 5 more quarterbacks that could all possibly start next season to that long list. You've seen that Browns jersey where somebody's got, like 30 names of a list of quarterbacks that they've had since 2000, I believe. So yeah, that's wild. So I just like they're just going at it in free agency right now, just trying to big up the next one, trying to have safe stops in hand to stop the other team, because it's just about to get crazy over there. I mean, just think of a backfield. Not gonna lie, gonna miss Darius Slay. Whether he still has it or not, is to be determined. We don't know that yet. But from what he put out there last season, and then to have a Jalen Ramsey on the other side, that could bode very well for these Pittsburgh Steelers. And then you're seeing what the Baltimore Ravens did with their defense as far as the DBs that they've acquired. Jair Alexander, they got Humphreys. You got the dude that all Eagles fans have grown to love. I thought it was just me. We all love this dude, Kyle Hamilton. It's wild, the affinity that Eagles fans have for this Kyle Hamilton dude. And I thought it was just me. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, I get it. Yeah, he's great. And he got picked so close to Jordan Davis. And I'm not one of those dudes that say that I'll trade Jordan Davis for Kyle Hamilton. Seeing what we've done with our safety room, we're good over there. I just love what and I think I need a lot of people to get off my boy Jordan Davis's back. If you remember what our run defense was like before he got here to what it is now, just get the flock out of my face. Like, okay, you're not going to see all the crazy grandiose numbers that you'll see with other players, man, but he has shored up that run game. I don't give a flock what no one says, and we're gonna leave that right there. But yeah, I don't know why, just brought up the AFC North, but maybe we'll compound that with these next few NFC East teams that I do over the next 3 weeks. We'll do a double dip in that. We've got the next NFC East team to come up. We'll do it on the fly. We'll figure out next week when it comes time. And then we'll go into another division in the league that we see is up and coming. Some crazy ongoings happenings going on with these other teams out there. Brian Dawkins. Yeah, baby. Anne Hathaway in the building. Like, are you kidding me? Anne Hathaway's flocking with us, man. Brotherly love and other. Woo! Woo! Check that out when you get a chance. But yeah, man, so the next time, make sure the best time. In the meantime, keep it a green time. You already know how I like to do around this time, about this time. At this time, it's always equals a clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak in, and give it a and say it with me one time. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs the brotherly show on you? Oh yeah, let's go Birds! EAGLES, Eagles. I gotta learn how to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Get the flock out of here. That was a rough one. We're gonna work on it. This is both season, bro season type things going on right here. But we're gonna get it right by the time the season comes, because we got camp right around the corner. And when they go, we go. Let's fucking go. You already know.